Physically, Myles, do you feel any different than you did an hour after last week's game?
I feel better than feel better right now than I did coming out of last week's game. So that's something to take from it.
How much was that? Do you feel like the work you did leading up to today that sort of gave you the opportunity to not be in as much pain coming into at the start of the day?
I mean, like I said, I got a great team around me. Got a great training staff who's helped me, deal with what I'm dealing with and managing the pain and all the symptoms that are coming with everything. So, I'm just gonna continue to lean on them and keep on preparing and turning the tide. Not just managing the pain, but improving and finally feeling like myself down the road.
Myles, what was the biggest struggle with the run defense today?
I mean, it's hard to say early. I feel like majority of it was tackling. I feel like we had too many missed tackles, and we just got to wrap up. A lot of guys, going in with their shoulder, trying to lay that big hit, and it came in clutch down the stretch, with that forced fumble. But for the majority of the plays, the second man's got to be the one to force the ball out. First guy's got to he's got to wrap up and slow the runner down or stop his momentum. So that's something to take from it when we watch the film.
Speaking of momentum, how big of a shot was that to get the turnover and the touchdown? Because that game was sort of kind of lying there precarious.
Yeah, I mean they had a momentum at that point, and their defense was making plays, and then we really need to step up and get a takeaway. That's what we were calling for in the huddle, and we answered the bell as well. So that was an adrenaline shot. I think the offense took something from it. I think they scored immediately. We went out, got some more stops, and we just needed one more takeaway. One more of us putting it in the end zone.
Myles, I guess what did you think of the whole call on Nick Harris? I don't know if you got to look at it or not.
As a man said before me, I like my money. I've seen worse. I've experienced worse. So, I mean, maybe they'll look at it and treat it differently next time around, but just how the game goes sometimes. We can't put ourselves in a situation where we're living or dying by those plays. And that was a hell of a play to take back, but we got to continue to execute and make more of those happen.
What are you thinking when you guys get those stops in the fourth quarter to give the offense a chance, and then how frustrating is it that you guys aren't able to get over the hump again?
I mean, it's real frustrating. No one wants to be where we are, but that's exactly it. We are where we are, so we got to fight back from the ropes, and we got to come out swinging. We talked about desperate teams. I'm talking about that with the Raiders. Talked about that with the Giants. We're there. We are here in that predicament. So we got to continue to fight. We got to continue to improve because there are signs of life, signs of a really good team. Here. So we just got to prove it. We got to prove it every down, and we can't continue to beat ourselves.
Myles, do you feel like as a defense, like you guys are still staying together, even though your backs are against the wall with these losses a little bit? Do you still feel like you're cohesive and there's an identity there and all those like big picture things?
Always. I think we gotta lean back on the identity we had last year. Stopping the run, forcing teams to pass, and to some extent we have. They've definitely run some different schemes to take advantage of the perimeter. Making our guys on the back end tackle, trying to get away from the front seven, and we've got to shore that up as best as we can, and we got to lean back on that identity we had last year. But we're definitely staying together, and we're going to address it as best as we can tomorrow and the day after, and make sure we get back to our old ways as far as stopping the run, forcing teams to throw it quick, and then once we get a lead, putting our ears back and rushing the hell out the ball.
What do you know about this team that makes you confident that 1 and 3 won't rattle you and that you guys can just one by one get back in?
We have a lot of great men on this team. We have a lot of great men, great leaders, and people who've experienced a lot. They've been 1 and 3. They've had their backs against the wall before, and you've got guys who have been 3 and 1 and 4 and 0. So a lot of guys who know what we have to do to get there, and who have also been where we are. So people who I'm glad to be a part of and ride with, especially when they keeping their head high, and we're looking on to the next one, how we can improve, because no one's going to get better by sulking and hanging their head because of this one. It hurts. It's going to continue to hurt through tomorrow and watching the film, but you got to take something from it. You got to take something from all the losses and continue to improve, and that's the mission right now. Take something from it and get better.
Myles talked about kind of being in a desperate spot. How do you guys balance though not wanting to play desperately when you're kind of playing too hard, but you're addressing the mistakes you guys are making?
It's a mindset, but like you said, you can't overextend yourself. Once you overextend it, you start trying to make those big plays. You play outside the scheme. That's when no busts happen. You can execute and you can overextend. So we got to find that middle ground for us and just be where we're supposed to be, doing our job to the utmost of our ability. So I think there's room to improve for every single one of us, myself included. So I'll continue to watch the film, find where we're weakest, and I'll continue to shore up on those things.